Hello and welcome to Startup Street. I'm Arundhati Ramnan, and with me as always, Shruti Mishra. These are the top headlines from the startup space. Baiju's elevated company veteran Arjun Mohan as the CEO of its India business, replacing Mrinal Mohit as it looks to strengthen its senior leadership and streamline operations while grappling with financial and operational issues. Audio platform Kuku FM has raised $25 million in Series C funding round, co-led by the Fundamentum Partnership and IFC. With participation from Vertex Ventures, Kuku FM will deploy the funds to further strengthen its content ecosystem. LOLO, a live entertainment app, has bagged $22 million in pre-Series B funding round, co-led by Courtside Ventures and Griffin Gaming Partners, along with participation from new and existing investors. The app claims to be growing 400% year-on-year in user metrics. Karnataka High Court seeks IT Ministry's explanation behind imposing blocking orders against X, which was earlier known as Twitter. Court observes that prima facie X seems to have a case as the single-judge bench had imposed a penalty of 50 lakhs without any provision under IT rules. The centre has 1 week to respond. Meta rolls out UPI payments feature for WhatsApp in India, also launches WhatsApp Flow to empower businesses, expands Meta Verified for businesses on WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg hails India as a world leader in digital payments. Those were the headlines that we're tracking for you this evening. But on what's brewing, edtech firm Baiju has elevated company veteran Arjun Mohan as the CEO of its India business, replacing Mrinal Mohit as it looks to strengthen its senior leadership and streamline operations while grappling with financial and operational issues. Aishwarya Anand is here with all of those details. Aishwarya, new top boss for Baiju there for its India business?
That's right. EdTech major Baiju has elevated Arjun Mohan as the CEO of its India operations as it mulls to sell some of its subsidiaries to repay its outstanding $1.2 billion term loan amid difficult business restructuring. Now Mohan succeeds Mrinal Mohit, founding partner and the outgoing head of India business at Baiju, who is leaving the company for personal aspirations. Mohit had been leading Baiju's India operations since May 2022, when Baiju Ravindran, co-founder and group CEO, had decided to shift his focus towards the company's international operations. In July 2023, Baiju had roped in Upgrad's former CEO Arjun Mohan as the CEO of its international business, according to several reports. However, Mohan had told Bloomberg News that he is working with Baiju's co-founder Ravindran on multiple things, but he said that he hasn't been roped in for the role of international CEO. He, however, didn't clarify on the details of his then role at Baiju's. Mohan previously served as Baiju's chief business officer for over 11 years. Now, the reject at the top level comes as Baiju is mulling to sell at least 2 of its subsidiaries, Epic and Great Learning, to raise between $800 million to $1 billion. The EdTech major had even submitted a repayment proposal to lenders in which the firm has offered to pay back its entire $1.2 billion term loan in less than 6 months. Back to you.
So Baiju's there gets a new CEO. Thank you so much for all those details, Aishwarya. Meanwhile, Meta rolls out UPI payments feature for WhatsApp in India, also launches WhatsApp Flow to empower businesses, expands Meta Verified for businesses on WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg hails India as a world leader in digital payments. Here's a special report.
Meta has rolled out a whole host of business-related features both for consumers and for its 200 million business app users across its platforms. Now, this ranges from features that will allow you to book, say, a train or a flight ticket within a WhatsApp chat, or pay for that dress that you're buying on WhatsApp, even using rival payment methods like Paytm, PhonePe or Google Pay without even leaving the chat, and also now a Meta Verified badge for businesses as well. The idea behind all of this, to speed up how business gets done on a WhatsApp chat.
What we launched today was an expansion of the ability to go beyond WhatsApp as the payment method and really have access for people and the choice to use all UPI apps. And we've done this expanded partnership with Razorpay and PayU, and we're hoping to continue to grow this even more.
With general elections looming in India, Meta is now gearing up to fight misinformation online. Meta's head in India, Sandhya Devanathan, spoke to Shibani Garat about how the company is planning to fight fake news across its various platforms, including using artificial intelligence.
We take election integrity super seriously on our platforms, and we we understand our responsibility here, and we've seen 200 elections play out play out globally, right? The goal really is to balance giving users a voice, making them a part of the civic process, but at the same time, we want to combat hate speech. We want to combat user harm. Underpinning all of this is the investments that we made in AI specifically. We use AI very extensively on our platform, and we use that to combat any abuse or fake accounts on our platforms, and we've invested a fair amount.
Creators on both Facebook and Instagram are now working overtime as the festive season rolls in. They continue to have a significant influence on the clothes, accessories, gadgets that people buy online. And now, with the launch of all these tools for businesses, both Meta and the businesses on Meta are betting big on the festive season to rake in the moolah. In Mumbai, Shilpa Ranipeta.
All right, moving on. Direct-to-consumer brand focused on gut health, The Good Bug has raised $3.5 million in Series A funding led by Fireside Ventures. The Good Bug will deploy a large part of the funds for new product development, team expansion and brand investments. And to elaborate on the road ahead at The Good Bug, joining me now is its co-founder, Keshav Biani. Keshav, welcome to Startup Street. Let me start by asking you, The Good Bug offers a range of gut health and wellness products, and you claim you help individuals reverse the adverse effects of poor dietary and lifestyle habits. How are you doing that? And if you could take me through your offerings and your USP.
So we at The Good Bug over the last few years have been going deep into bacterial science, microbiome science, identifying which strains of bacteria lead to which functional sort of problems in the gut. And we've built a range of products straddling across digestive health, metabolic health, women's health, kids' health, that the root cause of a lot of these problems and help you supplement a lot of probiotics and good bacteria back in.
You have 4 major portfolios: digestive health, women's health, kids and metabolic health. Tell us, where can one buy your products? If you could take me through your partnerships, and apart from your website, where are you available and how competitively have you priced your offerings?
So we're obviously available on our website today, where customers can come in. We do a lot of education awareness around our products on our website. Apart from that, we also offer, we have a team of in-house nutritionists, gut specialists that consult with our customers, making them understand gut health and how to sort of use our products, go about it. Also retail through marketplaces, so major and smaller marketplaces. So from Amazon, Flipkart, Nykaa, we're available across all marketplaces in the country.
So take me through your current reach and business growth numbers. Have you broken even yet?
So Shruti, we've been growing, I think, month on month quite quickly. We today have a customer base of more than 1.5 lakh individuals who've seen phenomenal results using our products. They've sort of been able to really heal their gut, and by healing their gut, solve a lot of their digestive, metabolic health issues. But we have a clear path to profitability, in the next few months.
Okay, next few months you're saying. All right, let's quickly now talk about the fundraise. You plan to expand your portfolio and your team. Tell me what's in the pipeline, what new products are you working on, when do you hope to roll them out? And if you could also talk about your hiring plans.
So yeah, we have a very exciting pipe over the next 6 to 12 months. We will sort of continue to expand our current product portfolio range around probiotics that we offer, so getting into various newer health indications. Apart from that, we recently launched prebiotic fibers. Fibers is another very important aspect of gut health, and they act as food for the probiotics that naturally exist within our gut. So we'll continue to build that, and we're also looking at foods as a category, gut-friendly foods, beverages. So the next 3 to 6 months, we'll see a lot of these launches coming in, and I'm very excited for it. The business has been sort of growing faster than the organization. I think with this infusion of capital, we'll strengthen up our R&D teams, product development teams, marketing teams, along with sales and distribution. So we're sort of on that path today.
Okay. All right, you're looking to clock 250 crore in revenues, and you spoke about turning profitable as well, and this target is for the next 3 years. Tell me, what makes you bullish? Where do you see the next leg of growth coming from, Keshav?
I think post-COVID, obviously, there's been major tailwinds in this category. Right? People are more and more conscious about their health and becoming extremely conscious about consuming daily health and wellness products. So tailwinds are strong. Category growth is quite phenomenal. So we'll continue to ride that way. Apart from that, we're looking obviously at a bunch of new products coming in, which will sort of drive that growth. We're looking at retail in a big manner. So retail, distribution, as well as international geographies will sort of build on this.
Okay, you spoke about international geographies. Anything that you're eyeing or you've begun working towards that?
Little early today, but it's there in our next 18-month plan. We'll be looking at certain markets, Australia, Middle East, the US. So those geographies also is part of the horizon.
All right, Keshav, with that, we'll have to wrap up this conversation. But many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today and wish you the very best with all your expansion plans.
Thank you so much.
Moving on, Rocket Learning aims to provide school and life readiness for all young children by enabling access to age-appropriate learning in school and at home. Through enabling a universal, high-quality early childhood care and education system, they want to eradicate the inequality faced by low-income children. Today on the hot seat, we have the company's co-founder, Aziz Gupta of Rocket Learning, to learn more about the firm's growth plans. Aziz, thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street today. You're a non-for-profit edtech platform that works with Anganwadis across India. So talk to us about the kind of impact that you're trying to create and how are you leveraging technology to make learning easier?
Thank you for having me. Our vision is no more or no less than ensuring that every child in India, every low-income child, irrespective of background, is able to achieve a high-quality preschool and early primary education. And as part of that, we actually support the government system, which has access to these children, is already making big efforts and help them access technology and AI, which is available now to Anganwadi workers, to parents, so that they can help children learn.
Right, absolutely. You have about 800,000 digital classrooms in about 8 states. So how are you creating awareness within lower income households to empower them to join schools? Because AI and all of these tools are quite new. So how are you explaining to them or creating awareness around this? And what, according to you, are the biggest challenges you're facing? And if you could also tell us, using these methods, are you seeing more kids enroll? What's the traction been like?
Yeah. Parents care about the children's education. That has, India has achieved that over the last several years. But up till now, there was no strong way of schools or public school systems to reach these parents. Now, today, 80% of parents who send their children to government schools or Anganwadis actually have a smartphone with WhatsApp. And for us, we actually use these channels. We work with Anganwadi workers to send simple content to these parents at home. Things like mix different pulses in a bowl and ask the child to separate them into 3 different bowls, right? Simple play-based learning activities that can be done by even illiterate or low-income parents. And through that, we're actually seeing that more than 2 million children, or close to 2 million children, and through their parents, are actually doing these activities at home, sharing it back with their teachers, sharing it back with other parents, right? And in fact, how we are looking at using AI and so on is to actually behaviorally map these parents, understand what motivates them, what they like to do, what their aspirations are, and address them accordingly, right? So you talked about Baiju earlier in the segment. I think Baiju and a lot of for-profit edtech companies are looking at the top 20%, 30%, but nobody's really focused on the bottom 30 to 50%. And that's where we are driving insights through, understanding users and leveraging technology.
All right. And since you're a non-for-profit, how are you sustaining the business? Is it only via grants? What's the fundraising plan?
Yeah. So venture philanthropy is an interesting thing that viewers might like to understand. So venture capital funds startups, for-profit, but venture philanthropy supports not-for-profit social enterprises which are looking to scale up. We're like a for-profit startup in every way. We innovate, we work at fast scale, except that we don't generate returns to shareholders. We generate a social return on investment. And so our investors are of that category. For example, ACT Grants is a consortium of venture capitalists and founders who want to fund social good. Similarly, Central Square Foundation or corporates like Amazon and the like, Amazon, Google, and the like, actually also fund our work, right? So these are organizations that want to support startups working on impact and not generating profits, but generating social returns. So overall, we've been able to raise sort of for the next 3 to 5 years to meet these aspirations of reaching 30 million children. We've been able to raise 100 crore or so for that journey.
All right, so you want to impact 30 million children and you've raised about 100 crores for that. So talk to us about your partnerships with the government then. How are you, apart from also helping the students, how are you skilling teachers in rural India across various Anganwadis?
Governments are doing a phenomenal job, and with the new national education policy in 2020 coming up, I think there's a lot of awareness and demand among the Anganwadi system specifically for how can we improve the quality of education, which is already there, but could happen more. So to that end, we are working with central governments as well as 9 state governments across dispensations in trying to support on that. So that's through a hybrid model where we both in an offline scalable way, train Anganwadi workers or help governments train Anganwadi workers, and through digital WhatsApp-based models where we provide them critical information on a day-to-day basis. So that's how we've operated, and I would applaud the government. There's a big scheme that has been launched called Poshan Bhi Padhai Bhi, which has been taken up with a lot of gusto by states, and which is really helping India become the first country in the global south develop a high-quality universal preschool system. So that's the dream, and we are working pro bono and putting our resources at the disposal of governments to help them in their agenda and their mission, and we are sort of just supporting in whatever way we can.
All right, that's amazing. All right, Aziz, thank you so much for joining us on the show. We're completely out of time, and we wish you all the best in hitting that to impact 30 million children across the next 4 to 5 years.
Thank you so much, and thanks for giving a platform to a different kind of startup. Thank you.
Absolutely. On that note, it is time for us to slip into a short break. But coming up, will the startup funding winter continue going forward? What should founders focus on? We answer all of these questions on the other side with Latika Pai of Microsoft. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're watching Startup Street, and for our next segment today, I have with me Latika Pai, who's the country head for venture capital and private equity partnerships at Microsoft India, here on the sidelines of TIE in Bengaluru. Latika, thanks very much for being with us here on CNBC-TV18. Today, you're going to be talking about a very interesting subject, right? How to innovate in the times of capital constraint. So let me start by asking you about that capital environment itself. The last couple of years have been tough for startups, but in your conversations with VCs, with private equity players, how are things evolving? Are we out of the woods yet? Is the funding winter turning into a spring of hope?
Hi Ritu, thank you so much, and it's great to be back on CNBC. To your question on is the funding winter over, it really depends on whom you speak with. So there is a lot of activity that still is going on at the early stage. Startups investments are going on. Many of the VCs continue to invest. I think if you look at the growth stage startups, they continue to get investments. I think where people are cautious, investments are those huge valuation deals, right, that we did see maybe, in 2020s, in 2021. I think there is that level of cautiousness in terms of chasing money based on very high valuations.
How the focus has really shifted away from just the big numbers onto how profitable or what the product market fit is, because, in the last couple of years, it was pretty easy to get money.
Yes, absolutely. I do remember, a few years ago, a startup founder came to me and said he had 40 term sheets and was wondering which one he should go with. And my only advice at that particular time was just go with the VC or investor who is going to support you through the good and bad times, and make sure that you're not setting yourself up for a downward valuation. So yes, I think all investors are now very focused on product market fit. What is the customer acquisition, GTM strategy? And I think that's what they're working with each one of their portfolio companies.
Are there certain sectors that are more exciting than the others? Because, AI seems to have been the big theme. Every VC wants to put money there.
So I think not just AI, I think generative AI is really the theme right now. And we are seeing some exciting investments that are coming into the country. I think B2B SaaS is definitely an area of focus. I think the real winter is being faced by the B2C customers. I think the amount of money that has gone in terms of customer acquisition has made a lot of investors cautious in terms of investing large amounts of money without really having a fixed, or rather a clear view into the monetization strategy.
Okay. Since you've been in the tech space for so long, just help us understand generative AI that you mentioned seems to be the buzzword. But is it a priority for startups in the current environment where, like you said, capital is hard to come by? So as they look to innovate in this capital conservative time, is AI really the priority? How fast are they adopting?
So I think AI is not the priority. I think what really is the priority is conserving cash. Being able to really leverage technology, and as part of leveraging technology, do they build or buy or adopt, right? So in terms of generative AI, I think they are all looking at the different use cases where they can leverage technology for a better customer experience. That I think has really become extremely valuable to every business out there, not just the startups.
And finally, a word of advice to the young, entrepreneurs out there.
Okay, so there is more than one that has no term sheet. I think that's the reality. And I think that is also something that is worrisome. I think we absolutely need to keep helping startups innovate. And I think the more amount of seed capital that is out there is going to be very, very relevant for innovation to continue to happen in India. In terms of the down round, I think it is what it is. I think if you are unable, you don't have necessarily a runway in terms of surviving, you'll have to accept the down round. And I think that's just the nature of the times that a startup is living in. But I think the good news is that India continues to be a destination for funds to come in. I think we are leading the way globally.
Latika, thanks very much for sharing your thoughts. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Yeah.
On that note, we're going to wrap up this edition of Startup Street. Thank you for watching. It's a goodbye from all of us.